Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the second game of a four-game series between the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and LA Angels, leading it all for Tampa Bay. And playing center field is Upton. Batting second, playing short is Bartlett. Batting third, playing first base is Pena. Batting fourth, playing second base is Zobrist. Batting fifth, playing third base is Longoria. Batting sixth, playing left field is Baldelli. Batting seventh, playing right field is Wynn. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Hall. And we got the battle of the lefties, and the lefties pitching for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and batting ninth is Moore. And now for the hometown Angels, we got leading off playing left field Ohtani. Batting second, playing second Grich. Batting third, playing center field Trout. Batting fourth, playing first base Glaus. Batting fifth, playing right field Sullivan. Batting sixth, playing third base is DeCente. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Molina. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Fergosi. And like I said, the second lefty in this game. And batting ninth is Tanana, as Ken Castro joins us here. Let's get down to the field and get this game started. And they'll lead it off here for the Devil Rays is Upton. And he's batting 200 on the year with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And Frank Tanana takes the mound, his third start of the year, with a 2-0 record with a 2.25 ERA. And here's the pitch to BJ. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Tanana strikes out his first victim for out number 1. And Jason Bartlett comes up now, 1 out, nobody on, batting 196 with a homer and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Troy at first. He takes it himself, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Mr. Pena comes to the plate. Carlos batting 255 with 4 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby. He's up with it, fires over to Klaus. And that'll be a 1-2-3 top of the first. Tampa Bay, nothing. Angels coming to the plate with Ohtani. Grich and Trout. Ohtani batting 273. He's got 3 homers and 4 RBIs. And Matt Moore, this is his third start of the season. He's 0-1 with a 6.35 ERA. Here's the pitch to Ohtani. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Baldelli calls for it, makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Bobby Grich comes to the plate, batting 180. He's got 4 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bartlett. And there's quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the first. With Mike Trout up, trying to keep this inning going, batting 208 with 4 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball, this one out to center field. And we got a 1-2-3 bottom of the inning. To the top of the second we go. Still no score here in LA. And Zobrist will lead it off, followed by Longoria and Baldelli. And Ben, he's batting 190 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, Zobrist does. Let's see where this lands at. And that ball is going to be hit in the right field. Solomon gets over quickly, holds him to a single. So a leadoff base hit. Now you got Longoria up with a runner on first, and Longoria's batting 192 as Clinton Parks joins us here. You can't type fast, huh? Longoria's batting 192 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right, and there's 1 down. And Baldelli comes to the plate. And he is off to a terrible start. 0 for 19. No homers, no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Baldelli. Can he get his first hit of the year here, folks? Nope, that's a ground ball down the short. And the only play will be over the first. So that'll be a 6-3 put out. The runner will get down in the scoring position. 2 outs. And up to the plate is Mr. Wynn. And Randy's batting. He's the same way. He's off to a terrible start. Baldelli and him are combined 38. No. He's also 0 for 19 in this season. Terrible. And here's the pitch to Win. Can he deliver with a runner in scoring position looking for his first hit? Not going to happen. That's a lazy fly ball out to Trout. Now to win the innings, Oberst gets stranded at second. To the bottom of the second we go in a 0-0 game. You got Gloss, Solomon, and DeSensei due up here for the Angels. Troy's batting .357 off to a great start. No homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Moore's first strikeout of the game. 1 down here. And Tim comes up. Solomon batting .312. Nice start to the year with a homer and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. He drives that ball down the first baseline, and that'll be a double, a 1-out double. And Tim Solomon's down at second, and Doug DeSensei at the plate. Can the Angels drive in the first run of the ball game with 1 out and a runner in scoring position? DeSensei batting .244. He's got 4 homers and 9 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Moore. His second of the game, second of the inning. Can he strike out the side in between this double? And Molina's up. He's batting .083. He's off to a terrible start. He's 1 for 12 with no homers and no RBI. He get his first one now. Nope, that's a fly ball out to Win. And that'll win the inning. And just like Tampa Bay, Angels strand a runner in scoring position. To the top of the third we go. Still 0-0. You got Hall due up, followed by Moore and then BJ. And Hall's batting .368 with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tanana strikes him out for out number 1. And Matt Moore comes to the plate. He says he doesn't need no stinking DH. He's batting .333. Here's the pitch to Moore. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tanana says he needs a DH, and that's back-to-back strikeouts. Can Frank strike out the side here in the third? BJ's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And Otani's out there. Not great out there, that's for sure. And that's going to be a 45. That's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be a single. And BJ's going to get the second on the air. So that's an E7. The batter gets down the second. So again, Tampa Bay's got the go-ahead run, or the only run, down in scoring position. And this time Bartlett's up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Bartlett. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 33 and a 10 should be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a single in the... Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Jim Fregosi makes a nice dive and stop, throws over to first, and saves a base hit. And keeps this a 0-0 game. And talking about Fregosi, he's going to lead it off, followed by Tanana and Otani. And Jim, he's off to a terrible start. 0 for 13, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to keep it that way. That's a ground ball back to Moore. Over to Pena, and that's out number 1. Now we got Frank Tanana up. He's batting 200 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to the left. Baldelli calls for it in the gap, makes the catch, and there's 2 down. And can Ohtani get something going here for the Angels? He's 0 for 1 today. And he does. He gets a hold of this one. See where this one lands out there in the outfield. And that's going to be driven into... Nope, that's going to stay in the infield. Nice play by Bartlett. Knocks it down, but Ohtani with his speed gets down to first. And let's see if he's going to stay there. That'll be a 24. And he's going to try to get down the second here. So a 46 or lower, he's safe. And he's in there with a stolen base, gets in the scoring position for Grich. So Bobby's up now with a runner down at second and 2 outs. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Moore with his 3rd strikeout ends the inning. And again, the Angels leave a runner in scoring position. We go to the top of the 4th, still no score. I hear you, man. I hear you, Ken, buddy. Yeah, we got Carlos Pena due up here, followed by Zobrist and Longoria. And Pena's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tanana starting to get in the groove. That's his 4th strikeout today. Now Ben Zobrist is up. And Ben singled his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 13. And that's going to be a base hit. Zobrist gets aboard here with an infield single. So Zobrist 2 for 2. And that brings up Longoria now. And he is 0 for 1. Can he keep this merry-go-round going for Tampa Bay? And that's going to be a 16. And that's going to be a pop-up down the 3rd base. The sensei calls for it and makes the catch. And there's 2 outs. And Baldelli comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a 17. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And Zobrist is going to make it down the 3rd with no throw. So now you got runners on the corners and 2 outs for Mr. Wynn. That was Baldelli's first base hit of the year. Let's have a round of applause for that. See if Baldelli can follow him. He's 0 for 1 today, 0 for 20. And nope, that's a swing and a miss. Tanana strikes him out with runners on the corner. And it's still a 0-0 game as we go to the bottom of the 4th. We got us a pitching duel here, folks. You got Trout, Kloss, and Solomon due up. The 3, 4, 5 hitters. Can they do anything against Matt Moore? And Mike is 0 for 1 today. And he's going to be 0 for 2. And that's a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Moore. And Troy comes to the plate now, 0 for 1. He struck out his first time against Moore. Not this time. He gets a hold of this. See where this one's going to land at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Again, the Angels got a runner in scoring position. 1 out, and Tim Solomon comes to the plate. Can he break this 0-0 tie? He has a double already in this game. And that's a swing and a miss, and Moore shuts him down. Big strikeout there. Now there's 2 outs and a runner still at second. And Doug DeSensei get a 2-out base hit. He struck out against Moore his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty in 11. And that's going to be a single in the left field. Let's see here, 47. And they're going to send him. Try to break this tie. Try to break this tie. That'll be a 21. 43 or lower. He's safe. And they throw him out. Baldelli throws him out at the plate to keep this a nothing ball game. And now to win the inning, we go to the top of the fifth. And it is nothing. We got Wynn due up, Hall due up, followed by Moore and BJ. And Hall is 0 for 1, struck out against Frank his first time up. Not this time. He gets a hold of this. Let's see where this one ends up at. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Hall hits his second homer of the year and gives the Rays a 1-0 lead here in the top of the fifth. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tanana bounces back, gets the strikeout for out number 1. We're back to the top of the order, and BJ Upton, he's 1 for 2. He singled and reached second on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Tanana now with back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff homer. And now can he strike the side out after giving up the homer? Jason Bartlett's 0 for 2, grounded out both times. And not this time. He drives this ball into the outfield. And that's going to be a back goes Trout. And he turns around and watches this one leave the yard. So sandwiched in between the homers is 2 strikeouts. So it's either giving him a perfect homer, striking him out. It's now 2-0 Tampa Bay. And Pena's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. Trout goes back a few steps, but got room, makes the catch. But the 2 homers by Bartlett and Hall makes it a 2-0 ball game as we get to the bottom of the fifth. Got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Angels. Molina, Fergosi, and Tanana. And Molina's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Zobrist. And that's out number 1. And Jim Fergosi comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. That's going to be a swing and a miss, and Moore's up to 6 strikeouts in this game. 2 down now, and Frank Tanana at the plate. And Frank's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to BJ. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. To the top of the 6th we go. Tampa Bay with a 2-0 lead. And you got the 3, 4, 5. Sorry, the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Zobrist, Longoria, and Baldelli. Ben's 2 for 2, 2 singles in this game. Can he keep it up? Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Trout makes the catch. Nice play by Mike Trout. 1 down. And Longoria comes up 0 for 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8 for Frank. And Baldelli, he finally got his first hit of the year, folks. 1 for 2 today. Now he's 1 for 21 with a 0.48 batting average. And that's the end of that hitting streak. Tanana strikes him out. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Angels trailing by 2. Top of the orders due up here for LA. Tony, Grich, and Trout. And Tony's 1 for 2. He singled and stole the bases last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Moore's starting to rack up the strikeouts himself. With 7. Can Bobby Grich finally get something to go in here? He's 0 for 2 and strike out his last time up. Not this time. I'd ball as high. I'd ball as far. Forget about it. He cuts the lead in half with his 5th homer of the year. It's 2-1. Tampa Bay. Trout's up. He's 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bartlett. He fires over to first, and there's 2 down now. Troy Gloss keep this inning going. It's a 2-1 ball game. Troy doubled his last time up, and that's going to be a single and infield hit. So now you got the go-ahead run at the plate. Tying run down at first for Tim Sullivan, and he's 1 for 2. He's doubled in this game. And he gets a hold of this one, drives it into the gap out there. And let's see if that's out in the left field. Yeah, that is going to be hit out to left field. And then Baldelli's already thrown out Troy once. Is he going to try it again here? Sure. And this time he's going to put the brakes on. Not going to test it this time. So now you got second and third and Doug DeSensei up. So they put the brakes on Troy. And DeSensei's up. He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. And it doesn't pan out. That's going to be a infield back. That's going to be a ground ball down the second, I believe. Ground ball down the second. Zobrist is up with it. Fires over the first. But the solo homer makes it a 2-1 game as we go to the top of the 7th. You got Wynn, Hall, and Moore due up here in the 7th. And Randy's 0 for 2, struck out his first time out. Here's the pitch to Randy Wynn. And that's going to be a ground ball down to the Sensei. He's got it with no problem for out number 1. And Toby Hall's up. He homered his last time up. Here's the pitch to Hall. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Sullivan. He's got room this time, makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 down from the top of the 7th. And with 2 outs and nobody on in the way he's pitching, they're going to let Moore hit. He has struck out both times today. And that's going to be a 21 down the first, a 34 and a 2. Should be fielding column 3, I would think. Yep. And that's going to be an error. And Moore gets on base on the E3. Not good when the pitcher gets on an error. Tampa Bay take advantage of it with Upton up now. Runner down at first. Upton's 1 for 3. He has struck out twice and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Fergozzi goes to short way the second, and that ends the top of the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch and a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead. Got the bottom third of the order due up here. Molina, Fergozzi, and a pitch hitter for TANANA. And Molina's 0 for 2. And they'll probably have a short leash on Moore. If anybody gets on base, I have to look for him to go to the bullpen. And that's going to be a rare play. A 36 and a 36 is ball 1. So Moore falls behind to Molina. Can he take advantage of this 1-0 pitch? And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Longoria, nice fielding third baseman, boots that. That's an E5, and that gets the tying run down at first. Molina down at first. Fergozzi's up. They're going to let, I said a base runner gets on, he was going to take him out, but since it's an error, they're going to let Fergozzi hit against him. And Fergozzi's 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. If he gets in scoring position, we may run for him. Here's the pitch to Fergozzi. And that's going to be a ground ball, a 66 and a 4. That's going to be fielding column 3. Yes, it is. And That's going to be a base on balls. Moore's got the dreaded W. That's a base on balls, and that will be it now for Moore. We'll have a first. We'll announce the pitch hitter here before we bring in the. So we'll have Howie Kendrick's going to come in and pitch hit. Howie. Oh, Howie's going to come in and pitch hit. Now they'll make the move to the bullpen after Howie's announced. So that's it for Tanana. Let's see who's going to come in here to pitch. And Balfour's going to come in here and pitch. Bring in the righty here with the right-handed pitch hitter. So Balfour comes in the game, and that'll be it for Moore. He goes 6+ innings. Can't get an out here in the 7th. And the 2 base runners are his responsibility. So he can still lose this game because both base runners are his responsibility. And Wells Grant Belfort is going to come in the game. And Belfort, this is a 6th appearance, no record with no ERA. Howie, he's looking for his first of the year. He's 0 for 2. And Dewey now with the tying run down there. Pitch run for Molina. That is the question. Brian's not a bad runner. We could bring Brian in the run. So we are, Downing's going to come in the run and stay in the game to catch. Wait, we're not burning 2 batters. So Downing will come in. Molina will come out. So that's it for Molina's. Brian Downey's going to come out here and pitch run. So now you got Downing down at first. And Fergozzi Downing down at second. Fergozzi at first. Kyle Hendricks at the plate. Here's the pitch from Balfour. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout by Grant. Now there's 1 down, and a ground ball may get them out of this mess with nobody scoring. We're back to the top of the order. Can Shohei Ohtani do something here? He's 1 for 3 with a stolen base today. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts by Belfour. And now it's 2 outs, 2 on, and Bobby Grich. He is 1 for 3. He hit a homer his last time up. Can he drive in the tying run now? And nope. That is good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Belfour comes in and strikes the side out. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 2-1 Tampa Bay lead. Now we need a pitcher here for the Angels. And you got the righty-lefty and a switch hitter coming up. And Donnie Moore is going to come out of the bullpen. So Moore's going to come out, try to keep this a 1-run game. And we'll have to get a new catcher in the game, so we'll have a new battering made here. So first we'll bring in Donnie Moore. And it looks like the damn game just locked up on me, didn't it? Sure did. Yep, the game locked up. That ain't good. Alrighty. Okay. Not a good thing here. Not a good thing. So hopefully it saved everything. Maybe lost the last play. Oh no is right. Hopefully we got everything but the last strikeout. Let's redo that. So yeah, we just have to strike Bobby out again. So that's good. Just lost that. Nothing to sweat. Now let's get a new pitcher and a new catcher in the game. Yeah. Yeah, I got a shortcut on the desktop, Clinton. Okay, so Moore's going to come in the game. And Brian will stay in the game and catch. So this is Moore's fifth appearance. He's 0-1 with a 4.15 ERA. He'll be facing the 2-3-4 hitters, Bartlett, Pena, and Zobrist. And Zobrist 1-for-3. He homered his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball. Let's see, against a righty at 21. That's going to be a ground ball. Ferguson gets to it, but he's not going to be able to make a play. And Bartlett's on with the leadoff single. And that brings up Pena now. And he's 0-for-3 today. Grounded out, flown out, and struck out. And that ball is high. That ball is far. And the Tampa Bay Devil Rays have just busted this game open, folks. Kiss it goodbye. They just doubled their runs. Instead of a 2-1 game, it's now a 4-1 game. And Donnie Moore's getting lit up. Nobody out, 2 runs in. So Moore doesn't do his job. Zobrist is 2-for-3 today. And that's finally going to be the first out of the inning. It's a fly ball out to Sullivan. He goes back a few steps but makes the catch. And now there's 1 down. Warrior comes to the plate. And he's 0-for-3. Struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the gym. He fires over to first. And now there's 2 down. And Baldelli's up. He's 1-for-3 today. And he's going to get another hit, his second hit of the year. And that's going to be a 2-out double. And now Tampa Bay's got another insurance run in on the scoring position with Wynn up. And Wynn still looking for his first hit of the year, folks. He's 0-for-22. And that's going to be 0-for-23 as Mike Trout runs this one down. And that'll do it. But the 2-run homer makes it a 4-1 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And you got Trout, Gloss, and Sullivan, the big boys up here, 3, 4, 5 hitters. Can they get back in this game? Mike is 0-for-3 today. And he's going to be 0-for-4 because that's 4 strikeouts. Grant has struck out every batter he's faced so far. And that brings up Troy now. And Troy is 2-for-3. He's got a double and a single his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He struck out 5 out of 5. Can he strike the side out again, folks? Can Sullivan finally make contact? He's 2-for-3 with 2 doubles in this game, but he is also struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the Angels will take that. Now Doug the Sensei up. Can he keep this inning going and get back in there? They're trailing by 3. Doug is 1-for-3 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field, the first out that ain't a strikeout, but it ends the inning. We go to the top of the ninth. Tampa Bay leading this game 4-1. And you got the bottom part of the order due up here. Hall, pitch hitter for Grant, then back to Upton. And Toby is 1 for 3 with a homer and an RBI. And that ball's well hit. Let's see where Toby deposits this one at. Donnie Moore's getting slacked around. That's going to be a double. So he starts this inning off with a double, and that'll be it for Grant. So he gets the job done. Pitches 2 nice innings. Gave up 5 strikeouts. Struck out 5. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. Against Donnie Moore with nobody out.
Iwakuma.
Let's see here. I'll walk him on. We'll go with the lefty. Doesn't get a lot of opportunities. Where's he at? There he is. I'll come up with the runner on second, nobody out in a 4-1 game. Moore's got to keep it that way. It's already a little bit out of hand. Another run probably is an amen run. And Walkham's only 0 for 1 this year. And he's going to be 0 for 2. That's a fly ball out to Tawny and left. And that'll be out number 1. And BJ comes up now. 1 out, a runner still down at second. BJ's 1 for 4 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. 31 and a 1. And that is going to be fielding column 2. First on air. And the runner's going to get the third. And Otani's not having a good game out there in the outfield. That's his second error of the game. First and third. 1 down. And they're going to have to bring the infield in, try to keep that run from scoring. Bartlett is 2 for 4 with a homer and an RBI. Singled his last time up. And that's a big strikeout by Donnie. Now there's 2 outs. Can you get out of this mess with nobody scoring? So what's $140? Gotcha. Well, you know my thinking, Ken. If you play it long enough, the $140 ain't that bad if you divide how many hours of playing time. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I mean, heck, let's look here. Just to get it down to, let's say, 8 hours. $8 an hour playing. What would that be? How many hours would that be? Get it down to that. So 400 hours, Ken says he'll put in there. So 400 hours. So you're down to like $2.85 an hour. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Where can you go and pay $2.85 for an hour's worth of entertainment? Yep. Okay, here we go. We got Pena up now. He's 1 for 4 with a homer. Infield back now after the big strikeout. And he does it. Pena busts this game open. He squares this one up, folks. And that ball is driven into deep center field. That's going to clear the bases. And that's going to do it. That's going to be an amen. All you working folks can go to bed. And I didn't get Upton down. I didn't score Upton. I can tell you that now. Forgot to score Upton. So try this again. A double out to deep center field. And the runner scores. And that is now 6-1. Put an aim into it, brother. Sure. And now Zobrist is up with a runner at second, 2 outs, and a 6-1 game. Morris strikes him out. Too little, too late. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Tampa Bay leading 6-1. And you got Downing coming up for Gosi and Moore. Pitch hitter for Moore. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen. It's going to be Hernandez is going to come out of the bullpen with a 5-run lead. They don't need the closer, that's for sure. Not with a 5-run lead. This will be Brian's first appearance at the plate after coming in to pitch run. What a difference an inning makes. So now you got Hernandez coming in the game. And you got the bottom third due up, Downing, Fergozzi, and Moore. And this is Hernandez's sixth appearance. He's 0-1 with a 6.23. Yep, I agree, Ken, buddy. Yep, I agree with you. Here's the pitch to Downing. He's batting .297 on the year, no homers and 6 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this. Old Brian's, he's going to try to keep this game alive. And that's going to be a lead-off double. That ball's going to be hit down the first base line. Down the first base line for a leadoff double. So Downing's in scoring position with nobody out. And then Fergozzi comes up. And Jim is 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Hernandez strikes him out. And there's one down. And that'll be it for Moore after he gets slacked. Gives up 4 runs in this game. What once was a 2-run game is now a 6-1 game because of Donnie. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here. They need base runners. Apba is going to come off the bench. Like I say, the 2-run homer don't do much yet. Need some base runners. So Eric will come off the bench. There's 1 out, a runner down at second. And Apba is batting .222, no homers and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. This game's not over yet. These Angels fighting back. I'll put an aim into it, but they haven't. And that's going to be a double in the left center field. And now it's a 6-2 ball game, and a runner still down at second. And Ohtani comes to the plate. And he's 1 for 4 today with a stolen base. And that's going to be a 16. That's going to be a single in the left field. And he's going to stop at third. His run means nothing. And all of a sudden, the Angels making some noise here in the bottom of the ninth. How big was those runs in the top of the inning? And Bobby Grich is up, and Bobby's 1 for 4 with a homer. First and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. This might do it, folks. So it's going to be a ground ball down the third. He looks the runner back to third and throws down the second. The second baseman covering. Yep. Runner on third's going to hold. So now you still got first and third. Now there's 2 outs, and it's up to Mike Trout to keep this game alive here. Runners on the corner. Mike is 0 for 4. He has struck out twice in this game. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Hernandez ends this game on a strikeout. And that's your ball game. 6-2 Tampa Bay. A little bit of drama, not a lot in the last inning. Take a look here at the box score. And Tampa Bay, 6 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. The Angels, 2 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors. Had their opportunities, the Angels did, but couldn't deliver. Bartlett, Pena, and Zoberson, all 2 for 5. Bodelli with his first 2 hits of the year. He's 2 for 4. And Wynn still doesn't have a hit on the year yet. Hall with 2 hits. He was 2 for 4. Bartlett, Pena, and Hall with homers. Tampa Bay was only 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on base. You had Ohtani with 2 hits, Troy Gloss and Solomon with 2 hits. Angels, this is the game, was 3 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Bobby Grich with the homer. They left 10 men on base. Matt Moore, too many Moores. Matt Moore gets his first win. He's 1-1. 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 run, walked 1, struck out 7, gave up a homer. Bell for 2 innings, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Awesome performance by Grant. Hernandez, 1 inning, 3 hits, 1 run, struck out 2. Frank Tanana gets his first loss of the year. He's 2-1. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, struck out 9, gave up 2 homers. Donnie Moore comes in, throws gas on the fire. 2 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them earned though, and struck out 2 and gave up a homer. Yeah, finally the Rays get a win. They're not going to get many of them. Oh, thank you, Clinton, buddy. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard in the American League. And you got the Yankees are 3.5 games up on the Orioles. The Blue Jays and Red Sox are 5.5 games back, and with the win, the Rays are now 7.5 games back. And in the Central, Kansas City's a game and a half up on the Twins, Indians, and Tigers, and 4.5 games up on Chicago White Sox. And out west, with the loss, the Angels are now 2.5 games back of the Rangers. The Marlins and A's are both 4.5 games back. Mickey Rivers is leading the American League with a 368 average. Ramirez and Robinson with 6 homers, and Boog Powell with the 15 RBIs leading the American League. Oh, thank you, Ken, buddy. And you got Zach Greinke leading the league with a 0.75 ERA. 4 pitchers tied with 3 wins on the year. John Wetland with 6 saves on the year to lead the American League. And Kenny Lofton's leading in the MVP voting. And Tim Wakefield in the Cy Young. The next game on the channel, I'll probably go right into it. What time is it? Still pretty early, ain't it? Yeah, hell, it's only 9 o'clock. We got time for at least one more. Let's see what the pitching matchup's going to be like in game number 3 of this 4-game series. And it's going to be Mr. Jeremy Hellickson going up against Andy Messensmith. So Hellickson against Messersmith. And game number 3 of this series. I want to thank Ken Castro and Clinton Parks. Clinton Parks says he's going to be back on YouTube. So, guys, click on his channel, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get reminders when Clinton's coming on. And if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button for my channel and hit that bell and like button. Don't cost you a dime and helps out. And until next time, like I say, it'll probably be give me about 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll be right back on here with game number 3 of this series. Until then, you all have a great night. Take